Many leaders believe competitive advantage is something you design deliberately and then just simply announce. A product feature, a strategy statement, a positioning slide. But competitive advantage almost never shows up first in a slide deck. It shows up in behavior. Specifically, it shows up in what customers repeatedly choose without needing to be convinced and what they stop questioning over time. And just as importantly, advantage does not erode first in revenue. It erodes in momentum inside the system long before the financials confess it. By the time revenue declines, the advantage has usually already been lost. By the end of this video, you'll have a practical way to identify competitive advantage using 3 tests. What customers choose, what the economics reveal, and whether your operating system can hold pace under pressure. This allows you to see advantage clearly and spot erosion early. Identify advantage by watching customer preference at real choice points. Competitive advantage begins with preferences and not claims. Watch what customers do when they must choose between 2 alternatives. Switching would be inconvenient but possible moments. Price differences are visible. Pressure is present. Advantage exists when customers choose you more often than expected and with less hesitation. If customers need heavy persuasion every time, advantage is weak. If customers return without being chased, advantage is present. Behavior reveals truth faster than surveys or positioning statements. Now, confirm if it's real by checking whether preferences become superior economics. Preferences alone are not enough. Competitive advantage becomes real only when preferences produce better economics. And this can show up for you as higher margins, lower acquisition costs, better retention, faster sales cycles, more predictive revenue. If customers prefer you, but the economics do not improve, the advantage is actually fragile. Sustained advantage requires that preferences fund the system that delivers it. Then ask, what is the source? Cost advantage, differentiation, or focus? Once preference and economics are confirmed, identify the structural source. Most advantages fall into 3 categories: cost advantage, differentiation advantage, focus advantage. This matters because each source breaks differently under pressure. Cost advantages erode through complexity. Differentiation erodes through inconsistency. And focus erodes through expansion. Knowing the source tells you what must be protected. Define the pack once, because the pack determines whether advantage holds. The pack is the smallest complete set of people, processes, and systems and handoffs that must move together to deliver the advantage. Most organizations never define their pack explicitly. As a result, parts optimize independently. Trade-offs are invisible. Breaks occur silently. Competitive advantage holds only when the pack moves together at speed. Watch for cultural scars, because they signal advantage erosion before the numbers move. Cultural scars form when initiatives are launched and abandoned. Leadership stops believing change will stick. Teams protect themselves rather than the customer. And these scars slow execution, and they fragment interpretation. And customers feel this as a friction long before revenue reflects it. Cultural scars are early warning signals of advantage erosion. Use the 3-test method, because competitive advantage is a moment and sustained competitive advantage is a capability. Competitive advantage can exist briefly without being durable. Sustained advantage requires the ability to re-identify preferences, re-earn economics, reconfigure the pack as conditions change. The 3-test method helps you distinguish between a momentary lead and a repeatable capability, and that distinction determines long-term outcomes. If you want to identify whether your organization's advantage is real or quietly eroding, download the EdgeFinder PDF. It shows how to spot early signals, interpret them together, and strengthen the pack so gains hold under pressure rather than slipping away unnoticed.